Hi, my name is Tim Mutu. I'm the co-founder of H2O for All, and we want to welcome you to a special Water Walk Talks. We have a group of panelists from across Canada, and we're going to speak to each one of them about what happened on August 10th on our inaugural Move for Water. And I had a great opportunity. I live in the city of Mississauga, and I had the opportunity to lead a team. Um, of about 25 people, and we did a 5K walk. It was just a wonderful experience. So I want to welcome the panelists, and I'm going to start with Kale. And Kale, tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from, and how was Move for Water for you?
Yeah, so my name's Cale Howard. I'm from a town called Quillon, about an hour from Ottawa. And me and a group of people went hiking and indoor bouldering in Wakefield, Quebec.
That's awesome, Kale. We are going to go to Vicky, and we want to introduce Vicky. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Vicky, and how you were involved with Move for Water.
Hi, everyone. My name is Vicki Higgins, and I live in Lyndon, Ontario, which is between Hamilton and Brantford. However, for Move for Water, I was at my sister's cottage near Elliott Lake. And so I didn't do anything flashy. I just took my little dog, and he and I walked the cottage road for about 6 or 7 kilometers. So it doesn't have to be fancy.
That's wonderful. And representing the east coast of Canada, we have Stacy. Stacy, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us kind of how you were involved with Move for Water.
Yeah, so my name is Stacy Scott. I live in Nova Scotia, and our team was the Cape Split Climbers, which consisted of me and my husband. So we hiked a lot.
Awesome. And up next is Scott. Scott, tell us a little bit about where you're from in Canada and also what you were up to for Move for Water.
I'm Scott Noble. I'm from the GTA, Georgetown area. And I was training for 3 months to try to deadlift 600 pounds on the Move for Water day.
Awesome. Thank you, Scott. And Marcia, tell us a little bit about where you're from in Canada and what you were up to for Move for Water Day.
My name is Marcia Barnes, and I hosted a team doing a water relay in Waterdown, Ontario. And our goal was to swim 4 kilometers because that's the average distance a child in Africa will have to walk to access water.
Wow, wonderful. We want to dig a little deeper and talk to each one of our panelists and find out how they were able to get their teams going, working with their participants. So we're going to start with Kale. Kale, share one of your highlights of your experience and what you did with your group for Move for Water.
Yeah, so I think for myself and my group, the main highlight was just being able to spend that day together. We went on the first hike of the day. It took us about 4 hours, and we're already very, very tired. But between that and the second hike, we were doing the climbing indoor bouldering, and we were all buying like yerba mates, super caffeinated soft drinks. So we were very tired. And second hike, everyone was there. There was not much motivation, but I think just knowing that we had a cause and we were raising that money kept us going, and we ended up going swimming. But not everyone made it in the water. Um, and yeah, and then at the end of the day, we went to a chip truck nearby and treated ourselves and our victory. But yeah, I would say my highlight then is mostly just the fun we had and the camaraderie that was there, and overall just yeah, great experience. Being able to make a difference and raise money for those who need water, and of course have that memorable day with my friends.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kale. And we have Vicky, and Vicky's one of our passionate people, part of our organization, as well as a board member. And Vicky, tell us a little bit about kind of how you were involved in what you did for Move for Water.
Sure. So I was very passionate about raising as much money as I possibly could for this fundraiser. So I kind of did it old school. My background is in sales. And so I know the importance of relationships, personal relationships. So I do have social media. I do have Facebook and Instagram, but I chose not to use those avenues. I used the old fashioned email way. So, what I did is I sat down and made a list of probably over 30 people that were most likely to give to me, friends, family, and what I did is I drafted an email, a personal email to them, and outlined what the fundraiser was, included the link, but also included a little bit about H2O for All, some key points about the organization, and that I was going to be going to Uganda again this year to work on a project. And from my first emailing, I think I had at least over half, over 50% of the people donated right away. And then, so that was about 4 weeks prior to. 2 weeks prior to, I just sent people who hadn't donated kind of a very polite sort of reminder, because many people just read emails and let it sit in their inbox and forget about it. So just reminding them, just saying, I'm eating my Wheaties, I'm going to be doing the cottage walk, and here's the link in case you'd like to donate. And sure enough, more donations came in. So, out of the 32 people, I think I had at least 24 donations. And so I was quite successful in raising a fair bit of money for this important national fundraiser.
Wow, thank you so much, Vicky. And Stacy, tell us a little bit about some of the challenges, that you and your husband Joel faced doing your Move for Water.
Yeah, so I feel like the biggest challenge was knowing if we would be physically able to do it. So Cape Split is kind of a local tourist attraction here. So people typically will go up either halfway, and there's look-off points along the way. It's 6 kilometers up and then 6 back down. So we decided to go up and back 3 times. I have the tendency to bite off a little bit more than I can chew. And so we had these big ideas of, training and getting ready and, walking our hill and walking around town, which we did some of that. We started doing a Saturday morning walk, which is now part of our life. So that came out of this too. But in the process, like life happened. And so we lost my dad in July. And, we just were talking about, should we do this? Should we still do this? And it's such a good cause. And I think it's something that people need to know about. And so that was kind of the driving. I want to make my life, something that counts. And I think, we all have something in our hand that we can do. We can walk. So we did that. We hiked. And so it was a huge challenge. We did it. The second time we could have been done and been like, good job. The third time was kind of inconvenient, but we have access to water. I had a water backpack on, like it was on my back. So not everyone has that. And so we need to make people aware of these things and rally together. So was challenging, totally worth it. Would do it again. Maybe we'll go for 4 next year.
Awesome, Stacy. Thank you. Scott, tell us a little bit about we raised over $7,600 across the country, and tell us what your thoughts are for the people that are going to receive clean water, clean, safe water as a result of our efforts here with Move for Water.
Yeah, I've been on a few of these trips before, and I really hope that these projects are integrated into these people's lives in a very convenient and way that is seamlessly weaved into their town or village. So much so that they start to get to let go or even forget the troubles that they've had with water. About, is this water that I'm drinking every day going to make me sick? if it tastes funny, if they want to walk hours to get it, and start thinking about, you know, some of the other troubles we have in our lives that they can focus on now, like maybe how is my kid's education going, or, you know, new job, or any of those things that everybody deals with. And I hope that water is something they can let go and kind of almost forget about and not have to worry about. Yeah, and that's why we do this, I think, and that's why I try to raise as much money as possible.
Awesome. Thank you, Scott. And Marcia, tell us a little bit about what you would say to those people who were kind of looking at what was going on and definitely considering participating in Move for Water 2025. What would you say to those?
So as I mentioned, I hosted a team that was doing a water relay, and we worked out that to swim 4 kilometers was going to take 300 lengths. So it was a case of, okay, we need probably about 15 people to do 20 lengths each, and asking friends and family. And the advice I have is people just want to be involved. They just want to be asked. And one perfect example was that my youngest son, Tim, asked a group of his friends to come and be part of the water relay team. And they were talking about it weeks in advance. And on the day, it almost became this competition who could swim the most lengths. So we actually swam more than 300 lengths. And what I found was that people that couldn't come, they donated. And people that came donated as they became aware that there are people in this world that don't have access to safe water. It was a learning environment for them. It was an eye-opening time, and it was a good awareness. So we had fun. We had a great time bringing different generations together. But ultimately, it was a time of awareness that we are very privileged here in Ontario, for myself, that other people in the world do not have access to safe water the way we did. So my advice is set up a team, be a host, and just ask, because people want to be involved.
We are excited. So thank you, Marcia. We are excited that our first inaugural Move for Water here this year in 2024, we raised over $7,600, and we're going to be able to help people in all the countries that we're working in. And we are planning already for Move for Water 2025. And as you've heard, some of our participants climbed, some of them lifted, some of them swam, some of them walked. You know, it's a type of event that you can do anything to help the people across these countries that we work in get access to safe and clean water. So stay part of our socials, subscribe to our newsletter, jump on our website, and stay tuned for Move for Water 2025. But we just want to say thank you for everyone that participated and everyone that donated. And we want to just say thank you to our panelists for being a part of this special program today. And we're just going to sign off.